Baking with Brandon, Mondays at 11. Every week there's a new recipe. Hey Mavs! Welcome back to another episode of Baking with Brandon. So glad you could all join us today. Today we have a very special guest, my twin sister and fellow Maverick, Jessica. Yay! Welcome to the show, Jessica. Are you excited to be here?
I am.
So today we are baking my famous Twix Cookie Bars. Very simple recipe. Only calls for 5 ingredients. You have your sugar cookie dough. Usually you'll just get the roll from the store. Twix candy bars, chocolate chip, and a bag of caramels. So it's a super simple recipe you can make at home, and I guarantee you your family and friends will love it. So the first step to this recipe is taking the sugar cookie dough and lining it on the bottom of this pan. So you're going to create kind of a crust. Now Jessica's going to be opening that. Now what I've already done with our aluminum pan right here is I've lined it with aluminum foil, and I've also sprayed it with cooking spray. That way when you line it with the cookie dough, it doesn't stick. And like I said earlier, normally you'll just get the roll from the store, but they didn't have that because, you know, they don't have anything right now. So I just bought one of these, and you might use a little bit of this. Just be able to line the whole bottom of the pan with dough. So Jessica's just going to take those out and take a whole, you can like squish them down. So you're going to take them, you're kind of going to mash them up, and you're just going to put it right on the bottom of the pan, and you're going to kind of make a crust. So get your fingers in there, down and dirty. Make sure you wash your hands as always before you bake. Alrighty, high five. Now that we got that dough on the bottom of the pan, you're now going to cook your cookie base in the oven for 20 minutes. Go. Timer 20 minutes, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, now while our cookie crust is baking in the oven, you can get started on the candies. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your Twix bars, just line them up in 2, and you're just going to cut them in small little chunks, so that way at the end of once it's all done, you'll be able to just sprinkle them on top. So while Jessica's cutting up the Twix bars, I'm just going to start unwrapping all of our caramels. These are all individually wrapped, but it's in a 11-ounce bag of caramels. You can get them at any grocery store. This will be for the caramel filling we will use later. So, this is the part that takes the longest, unwrapping a bunch of caramels and cutting candy. Wow, look at you, Speed Racer. Why don't you help me with the caramels? There you go. So Jessica, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
Me too. And what's your major?
Exercise science.
And what's your favorite thing about MSU?
I love how it's kind of has that like small feel to it, and that all the professors are really great, and I've made a lot of friends there.
Yes. Are you involved in anything on school?
I am. I'm in Tri Sigma sorority,
Ooh.
and I'm also the president of exercise medicine.
I'm the president. Fancy. That's awesome. And what is exercise medicine? What is that all about?
Exercise medicine is to promote physical activity on campus.
Alrighty, now Jessica is just taking the caramels that we just unwrapped, putting them in a saucepan. There we go. Along with 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. And she's just going to mix those around over a medium heat until it's all melted. Should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Alrighty, our caramel is officially done for the middle of the saucepan. It looks delicious. Whoop, and I hear the timer. So our first round of baking is done. Woo! Hot tamales. This cookie crust looks amazing. Don't turn the oven off yet. You're going to have to use it one more time. So right now, Jessica's going to take our nice warm caramel sauce and evenly distribute it on the cookie crust. And this will be the caramel middle layer for our cookies. Alrighty, the caramel sauce is on there, so now we're just going to pop this baby back in the oven for 5 more minutes. Be right back. Alrighty, so just finished baking for another 5 minutes. Now that caramel and cookie is one. And now you're just going to take some chocolate chips. It calls for 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, but I use 2 cups because, you know, the more the merrier. So you're just going to sprinkle it evenly over your caramel layer. Alrighty, once you finish sprinkling your chocolate chips over your caramel layer, you just want to leave them there, let them set there for 2-3 minutes, that way they'll start to melt before you do anything else. Alrighty, now Jessica is just nicely spreading those chocolate chips, so that way you get a nice even chocolate layer. That's why you want to let the chocolate chips kind of sit on there for a little bit, that way when it comes time to spread them around, they will spread around nice and easy. So she's going to do that for a little bit until every corner is nicely filled with chocolate gooey goodness. Alrighty, once you got your chocolate all evenly distributed, you're just going to let it sit here and cool on the table for 30 minutes. Alrighty, it's done cooling, and now Jessica's just going to sprinkle some of the Twix bars that we cut earlier. And into the fridge for about 1 hour. Alrighty, our bars are looking great. Now it's time to take them out of the pan. Good thing we already lined them with aluminum foil so they will come out easy. There we go. Take the pan out of the way. So just kind of take off the aluminum foil. Some of it sticks on there, so I would just say take it off, use the best of your ability. And some of the aluminum foil will stick to the bottom, so just be sure to grab all the little pieces so you're not eating aluminum. Alrighty, I've inspected it. I don't see any more aluminum foil, so now I'm going to take my knife and cut it into rows of 4 by 3. And I'm also going to cut them into little triangles. Alrighty, our Twix Cookie Bars are done, and time for a taste test. Cheers.
That tastes really good.
Oh my god. Took too big of a bite. There's just like a big glob of caramel, chocolate, the little like cookie crust. Tastes just like a Twix bar. This recipe is so good. We made this for the Super Bowl this year. Everyone ate the whole thing. I'm like, how about some leftovers, people? Anyway, this recipe is amazing and you guys should try it at home. It's super simple. Everyone's gonna love it. As always, if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Student Event Team YouTube channel. And if you have any suggestions for recipes, put them down below if you want me to bake something. Make sure you guys tune in next Monday. I'll be making Andy's mint cookies. Super delicious. And as always, from our kitchen to yours, stay groovy, Mavs. Bye.
Bye.
Baking with Brandon, Mondays at 11. Every week there's a new recipe.